So Blaise and I went to Finland over New Year's Eve, and we had such an incredible time. And it was also one of the best trips that we took because lots of things came up for me that were continual learning lessons. Hi, welcome to the Say Yes Experience podcast. I am your host, Jessica Rector. So my 11-year-old son, Blaise, and I went to Rovaniemi, Finland for New Year's Eve, and it was such an incredible experience. One of the things I was most looking forward to was going waterfall ice climbing. It was going to be incredible. Where the waterfall over there actually froze, and then you go ice climbing up. Well, unfortunately, the day we had scheduled to go, it was negative 40 degrees outside. Yes, you heard me right. Negative 40. Can you even imagine? I couldn't before we got over there. So the trip was canceled. The tour company said this is the first time in all the years that we've ever had it that we've had to cancel something. It was just too dangerous because what happens is you walk an hour and a half out to the waterfall and then you spend several hours climbing and then you walk an hour and a half back. So if you got cold or you needed shelter, there was no place for it. Now, these were also one of the times when Finland had the worst temperatures it had seen in decades. One of those kind of days. So it just wasn't meant to happen. The tour company offered us a solution. They said, we have another ice climbing wall. Do you want to go do that? And I said, heck yes. So Blaise and I went out to the other ice climbing wall, and it was an incredible experience. So I let Blaise go first, and I was cheering him on and encouraging him, and I was so proud of all he did. Now, the crazy thing is our guides told us that we did not need hand and feet warmers. I brought them with me. They said you don't need them. And when we were out there, we were freezing. Now, silly me, it did not occur to me that when we were sitting there freezing for me to go grab them out of my bag and put them on. No, so we stood out there super cold, even though I had something that we could have used. So looking back on it, wasn't my best moment, wasn't the smartest thing for me to do. But it was my turn up next to do ice climbing. And when I looked at the wall, I said, I got this, I got it, I can do it. Trying to encourage myself. And then as I started, this is after they gave us a demonstration of how to do it. And I'd never been before. So as I got started, I thought, okay, this is a bit challenging. First few kicks, I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this is great. Like, I've got to almost be done. And I looked down and I thought, you've got to be joking me. I was only at that point about a fourth of the way up. What? I am only a fourth of the way up. And so I told my guide who was holding my harness with the rope, what? That's all I've gone? I thought it would be so much farther up than that. Oh, I was devastated and completely disappointed because I just don't know at that point if I had it in me to get all the way to the top. I was already so tired, worn out, and completely exhausted. And my hands and feet being so cold did not help matters at all. So, my friend, I just stood there for a moment, just feeling kind of let down in a way. And he said, Jessica, you got this. Like, just kick your foot in. And imagine kicking your foot in, and you got to kick the toe part up. So you're not just, you have two ice picks. Let me back up and explain how it works for those of you who don't know. You have two ice picks in your hand, and you're throwing one ice pick above your head, getting it in the ice, throwing the other ice pick in your other hand nearby, and then taking your toe and kicking it at an up level into the ice, and then taking your other foot, your other toes, kicking those in the same way up, like kicking up as you're doing it. So not only are you having to find 4 places to put, either ice picks or your feet in, you want them to stick. And kicking up was also a bit of a challenge. Now, every once in a while you'd find a place where someone had done it before, but there weren't a whole lot of places like that. So you are throwing these ice picks in. And I was working out muscles in my body that I did not even know I had. And so as I get a fourth of the way up and I say, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. The guide's like, Jessica, just throw the ice pick in again. Throw the ice pick in. So I throw the ice pick in again, kick my foot up just a little bit, kick the other one. And it was exhausting and I'm tiring with every throw of the ice pick and then it falls out. Throw of the ice pick again, kicking with my foot and then it falls out, kicking again. It was a workout. I get to about halfway. My arms are like putty. I'm like, oh, my arms are hurting. And he's like, okay, take a break. Now, keep in mind, you're not sitting down taking a break. You're standing up, hoping these places where you've kicked your feet in are actually going to hold you, because it's not a ledge or anything. They have these little spikes. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. These little spikes at the end of where your boot is, because you have these spikes all on the bottom, and then there's a spike at the end of your boot that you're kicking that spike in the ice, trying to get it to stand on those spikes. So when you have the spike at your toe and you have it on the bottom, you're kicking your toe in. And then when you kick your toe in, you're stepping down on your heel. So again, you have a spike at your toe, you're kicking it in, and then you're stepping back on your heel. You're not going in flat foot because then it wouldn't hold you. So you're kicking up with that spike and then stepping back on your heel. So imagine doing that and then sometimes it not catching, and then doing it again and sometimes it not catching. So by the time I do a few more and I'm worn out, my arms are hurting. Again, I'm like halfway up. I look down and I told my guy, I just don't think I got it. I just don't think I can do it. He goes, take a quick break. And Blaise is all the way at the bottom and he goes, you got this, mommy. You got this. I believe in you. And the guide says, one more kick, Jessica. Just one more kick. Just do one more kick. And I kind of like shake out my hands. And what they also taught us, when you get really cold, it's because blood isn't circulating to your hands. So move your shoulders up and down and then move your hands up and down like this, right? So shoulders up and down and then bend your wrists and move your hands up and down. So, like this, shoulders up and down, hands. So I was doing that. I was just trying to get loose and my arms were hurting. My muscles in my arms were hurting. So I said, okay, I can do one more kick. So I try my best to do one more kick. So the guide said, just do one more kick. And I thought, okay. I can do one more kick. Just one more kick. I can do one more kick. And so I kick one more time. Put my heel down. It latches. Yes. And then because I did the right, I got to kick on the left. Otherwise, my feet are uneven. So I lift my left leg up and kick just a little bit above where my right foot was. And then shoulders width apart though, but it was just a little bit higher. And then I was like, okay, well now I just took another step. And then I just lifted the axe, did the axe with both my arms again. And then and since that was up high, I was like, okay, I've got to just kick in with my foot one more time. And it caught. And then my left foot, I did a little bit higher again than my right foot. And I was like, oh, okay. I got that. Okay. And the guy kept saying, one more kick, Jessica, just one more kick, one more kick. And I did it, one more kick, one more kick. And then I looked down and I was like, oh my gosh, I look up. I was hoping to be at the top. About 3/4 of the way up at this point. I just don't know that I have it in me. I just don't know that I have it in me. And he said, take a breath, take a breath, take a break. I rest for a few minutes. I look down at Blaise, and again, he's all the way down. And I'm like, buddy, hi. And then I told myself, just a baby kick. It doesn't even have to be a big kick. Just a baby kick. Just a little tiny kick to keep it going. So I took my right boot out of the ice. Little bitty. And I stabbed it in the ice. Stepped back on my heel. And then, of course, I had to do it with my left foot because my feet were off kilter. They weren't even, and it felt kind of weird. So then I did it with my left foot. Little bitty, threw the ice pick up little bit, because before I'd been throwing it up higher, and I was throwing it up higher, and then I couldn't see my feet, and that was part of the challenge as well, because I was throwing my ice pick up so high I couldn't see my feet. So then I was having to kick in multiple places, or then I'd have to lower my ice pick and do it smaller so I could see my feet. So I was making myself work more than I needed to be, because I was trying to get it done. I was trying to put the ice pick way up. And one of the things that the guide said is you always have to be able to see your feet. If you can't see your feet, you've got to lower the ice pick. And so what I realized is I was making so much extra work for myself because I was raising the ice pick up so high because I just wanted to take these big steps to get it done in a bigger fashion. Well, whenever you take those smaller steps, you're exerting less energy. And so it's going to take you longer, but you're also exerting less energy. So you have the capacity to go longer. When you're taking massive, big steps, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel stressful. You feel that pressure come on. And so your capacity to keep going at those big steps is less. So when I took these small micro steps instead, I could do those small micro steps for a longer period of time. And I did it for a longer period of time because all those little small micro steps on that last part helped me reach the top. Woo! I got to the top. I got to the top. I got to the top. And I looked down at Blaise and I said, take a picture. I was so exhausted. Take a picture. Take a picture. I'm at the top. I'm at the top. And he took a picture and I was so excited. I was so excited. I forgot to take a moment to take it all in. I forgot to take a moment to just stand there and look around and see everything from that point of view. See the ground from that point of view. See out and look at all the land from that point of view. It was dark outside because at this point, Finland only has about an hour and a half of daylight. So it was super dark at this point, but still just to be able to see all across the land would have been cool. So I took a moment and looked down at Blaise for him to take a picture of me. However, I didn't take a moment to really look out and to say, oh my gosh, this is so incredible. This is so beautiful. I'm so glad I can see things from this perspective, from this viewpoint, this vantage point. So when you spend all that effort and that time and that energy getting to the top, reaching your goal, accomplishing your achievement, take a moment to stop and pause and look around, to take it in. Take some deep breaths and really embrace not just the journey that you've had, the challenges you've overcome, but how far you've come in that length of time. And take it all in and appreciate it. Appreciate the beauty, appreciate the nuances, appreciate the issues, the lessons learned, all of that came up for you. Because all of that creates the experience. I had a friend today reach out, and we were chatting, and he said, gosh, Jessica, I look back to when we first met, and we had to look back to find out when we first met. Was it 7 years ago, 6 years ago? It was actually almost 8 years ago. And he said, you've come so far in 8 years. I just look at how far you've come, and I'm so proud of you, so proud of all that you've accomplished. Because when I look at other friends, and I look at other people I know, and some of them I've known for 20 years, they haven't accomplished as much as you have in 8 years. And I was like, oh, wow, thank you so much. I said, I feel like I should have accomplished more in 8 years. So wherever you are, take a moment, take a break, take a beat, and look at all that you've accomplished, how far that you've come. Yes, there still may be things that you want to do, goals, dreams, achievements that you haven't gotten to yet. And also recognize how far you've come. Recognize your experiences, your journey, the things you've learned, things that you would do again, and things you'd say, no, never, ever, ever again. Look around at all that you have, at all that you've done, and all you've become. And enjoy that. Enjoy that perspective and that vantage point. Because you at this moment, in this exact moment in time, will never happen again. So enjoy it. Savor it. Be thankful for it. And one of the biggest things that I learned, not only of taking a moment and looking around when I was ice climbing, another thing I learned while I was ice climbing is it's important who you surround yourself with. I didn't learn it so much as it was reiterated to me. Who you surround yourself with. Whether it's someone in your family like Blaise cheering you on, you got this, mama, I believe in you. Or a complete stranger like the guide saying, just one more step. One more step. You can do one more step. Because that encouragement, that cheering you on, that support is vital in anything you do and everything you do. Whether you're ice climbing, whether you're applying for a new job or wanting a promotion or finding love. Having that support and that encouragement helps you keep going, especially when you say, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I got it in me. When someone else believes in you in those moments, it pushes you just a little bit further for you to then start believing in yourself, or for that belief in yourself to then kick in again. Because at the beginning of the ice climbing, I believed in myself. I said, I got this, I can do this. But then as it does in life, your belief in yourself can waver. And so it's important to surround yourself with those people that when your belief in yourself, or your self-esteem, your self-worth starts to waver, starts to fall, starts to decline, you have someone else in your life that says, you got this. Just one more step, or even just a baby step, because I believe in you. So keep believing in yourself. And at the end of the day, keep betting on yourself, and make sure you're surrounding yourself with the people in your life that will encourage, support, and cheer you on. Because sometimes when your self-esteem or self-motivation wavers, that's what you need to push yourself to the next baby step and ultimately reach your goal, your dream, and your destination. I can't wait to hear from you and the mountains that you've climbed and the goals that you've reached. I look forward to hearing from you, not just today, but throughout 2024, so you can share with me what you're saying yes to and how it's changing your lives. I'll see you on the next one. Have an amazing day, my friend. Bye-bye.